A few years ago, I went to a presentation at the National Academy of Human Resources. I'm a fellow in the National Academy, and I listened to an outstanding presentation on the topic of employee engagement. 3 of the top HR leaders in the world were asked to present what they thought about employee engagement, and they did a great job. They talked about recognition, reward programs, training, empowerment, all kinds of great things, and it all made sense to me. Then they said, in spite of all previous efforts, global employee engagement is near an all-time low. Well, I'm thinking, wait a minute, if everybody knows these answers, why have I been hearing the same lecture for 30 years and no one does it? Then I realized something. 100% of the dialogue on employee engagement was, what can the company do to engage you? And absolutely 0% was, what can you do to engage yourself? Well, I'm thinking, wait a minute, you people might be missing about half of an equation. Everything they said was fantastic. It was what they didn't say that bothered me. They didn't talk about the employee's responsibility for their own engagement. Years ago, John Kennedy made a very famous speech. He said, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. Well, the employee engagement talk was the opposite of the John Kennedy speech. Well, I thought about this and I said, there's 2 flight attendants on a typical American Airlines flight I'm on. One's positive, motivated, upbeat, and enthusiastic. One's negative, bitter, angry, and cynical. Have you ever been on that plane before? Same pay, same uniform. What's the difference? Not the outside. The difference is on the inside. Well, I shared this with my daughter, Dr. Kelly Goldsmith. Kelly's a professor at Vanderbilt University and knows a lot more about research than I do. And she said, Daddy, almost everything in the area of employee engagement revolves around passive questions. What's a passive question? Do you have clear goals? Passive question. Do you have meaningful work? Passive question. Do you have a friend at work? Passive question. Kelly said, when you ask people a passive question and they have a negative answer, they tend to blame the environment. Do you have clear goals? No, well, why not? They're confused. Do you have meaningful work? No, they make me do trivia. Do you have a friend at work? No, they're a bunch of jerks. It's their fault. Kelly taught me the value of asking active questions, especially questions that begin with the phrase, did I do my best to? And that led to some amazing research that we've been doing. Today, here are my first 6 active questions that I challenge myself with every day. And I'm going to suggest you do the same thing. The first question is, did I do my best to set clear goals? Not did the company set clear goals for me. Did I do my best to set my own goals? Number 2, did I do my best to make progress toward achieving my own goals? Number 3, did I do my best to find meaning? Rather than saying, did the company give me meaning? Did I do my best to create meaning? Number 4, did I do my best to be happy? Rather than saying, did someone else make me happy? Did I do my best to make myself happy? Number 5, did I do my best to build positive relationships? Rather than just asking, do you have a friend at work? Did you try to be that friend? And finally, the last one, number 6, did I do my best to be fully engaged? Rather than asking, did the company engage me? Did I do my best to engage myself? Well, our research on this is amazing. If you're interested in a study about it, send me an email, marshall@marshallgoldsmith.com. Marshall has 2 L's. I'll send you the research study. Here's what happened. We have people for a couple of weeks just fill out these forms and test themselves. After 2 weeks, what did we find out? We found out that 34% of the people said, I got better at everything. I feel happier, I'm more engaged. All 6 items went up. We found out that 67% of the people said I got better on at least 4 of the items. 91% of people said I got better on at least 1. About 9% said no change, and less than 1% said overall things got worse. Why? These 6 questions every day get me to focus on the one thing in life I have total control over. What is that question? Did I do my best? You see, that's something I cannot blame on the company. I can't blame on my coworkers. And I don't even have to get a high score by achieving results. I get a high score if I just try. Well, the learning point on this is, if you look at this concept of engagement and our relationship with the organization, it's great that the company is doing whatever they can to engage the employees, and I applaud this. One new challenge, though, have every employee, including yourself, do your best to increase your own engagement at work.